Welcome to Oracle Office Hours, everyone. It's good to be here with you. I'm Eden Amadora, and it's good to see you. Good to see familiar faces. Welcome, dear Therese. I've been missing you. And Enter the Temple. I'm glad you're here. Hi. Welcome, Lynn Leaf, Rodney. Welcome, everyone. And Lara, all the way from England. Good to see you, love. Welcome back, Sylvia. Welcome, Lee. And for those who haven't turned your camera on, I'd love to see your beautiful faces. Welcome, Kim. Welcome, Caroline. So, part of this beauty of coming together on these Oracle Office Hours is to feel our collective one heart, to feel us bridging across the world. And for many of us, we might live in communities or in family constellations where we're not necessarily sharing a similar conversation of our intuition, our magic, the depth of our hearts, all of these amazing signs of our awakening that are happening. So if you are here, my bet is that you are also a very sensitive being on a path of awakening and a path of heart. And my intention, once again, that I like to state in the beginning to set the field is that as we come together, as we join in an open heart, we raise the frequency of the planet together. We raise the frequency of the one heart, the collective awakening. And that is the purpose and the service, the job of being a priestess. Even though I for a long time would shy away from titles and identity attachments in this way, there is a certain resonance with that role, with that position and consciousness of priestessing. And as a priestess, it's my joy and my honor to be your sacred mirror, to lift the lamp and to hold the mirror, to presence your beauty, your essence. And as we do this for each other, we remember. So thank you for showing up for yourself and being part of this great remembrance, this great collective awakening. All right, I picked a collective card before you all beamed in here and joined me. And we're going to get to that in a moment. But what I'd love to do in our busy worlds and our busy days is to come inward for a moment together. And for all of you who are catching this on Facebook or the YouTube live, we are with each other in the greater unfolding, and we feel you joining us. And if you are catching this live, my beloved assistant Kim is going to drop the Zoom link so that you can join us here and potentially choose a card, especially if you're new. All right, everybody, let's put our hands on our hearts, put your hand on your precious heart, and come inward for a moment with me. If you want to place your other hand of light on your lower belly, it has helped to ground and anchor us. Deep breath. Breathing together, the shared breath of life. Let's do 2 more deep breaths. Add a little sound, a little sigh. This helps calm the nervous system, quiet the mind, and relax the body. Deep breath of the front. Let's dive inward to that space behind your hand of light, or your heart. And bow your chin a little and just feel this portal. It's like an opening between realms and dimensions, a sacred heart. Or some say we leave this body at the end of human experience where the passing out of form. And in this moment, finding that place that has always been pure, innocent, incorruptible, connected to the divine, breathing into that space, deep in the heart, and feeling everything that you are bringing today. All of it is welcome. And that is both shadow and light. Or in the goddess, we embrace our shadow as well as our light, not to amplify it, to love it in the wholeness. So in this moment, whether you're feeling stress, just feeling the pressures of this eclipse portal entered into, big changes afoot, holding your precious heart and returning to that space. And always feel peace, infinite wisdom, and all-encompassing compassion. We bring it to ourselves. Deep breath into the heart. And I like to invite an inner smile. If you're swallowing down a little honey, a little nectar, that this portal can create nourishing on a soul level. That you take what you need, that you receive something deeply resonant, bring in your heart, be present, receive. Eyes out for joining this mini inward journey. And now I'd like to share the collective card that I pulled with my beloved assistant Kim right before you came. It's a magical card. Out of all the archetypes, this one that I pulled is the most full of magic, synchronicity, divine, feminine, kind of beyond the veil potential for us. So here we go. I pulled the card of connection. This is the sacred tool of the light loom. Ooh, we're disappearing. The sacred tool of the light loom. And you can see this web, the Hopi spider goddess, spider woman, weaving the grand web, the cosmic web for us. And just like we are points of light on this great web, all of us who are doing this profound work at this time are like these jewels, these beads of light. You know, maybe I should turn off the music. I was hoping the sound would work with the earphones. Let's let the music go. I'm glad I peeked down at the chat. How is the sound now? Is it better? Okay, I got lots of thumbs up. Thank you all for your patience. I hope that you can still journey with me even with the intermittent sound. So here we are. The light loom is a sacred tool of the divine feminine archetype called the Weaver Dreamer. And the Weaver Dreamer says, we are the weavers, we are the dreamers, we are the woven ones, and we are the dream. We are co-creating with the divine. And when we are in a high frequency state of heart coherence, that means when you're feeling joy, when you're feeling gratitude, when you're actually really present and not caught in the spell of time, meaning you're not ruminating about the past and you're not projecting into the future. You're present in the present moment, fully here. The heart opens and emanates this web of light, this magnetic field where you are more causal and less at the effect. This means you're a co-creator, a co-creatrix with the grand mover. And so the light loom is inviting us back into the center of our own dream, back into the center of our own mythic story. So because I pulled this as the collective card today, this medicine is going to apply in some way, not just to all of us here, but to the greater picture that's going on in the collective. And we're in, as I mentioned in the inner journey, we're in a powerful eclipse portal, which is a time of radical change. And I was mentioning to a friend, I said, wow, when I was young, I never really noticed eclipses. I wasn't so tuned in to these greater cosmic occurrences. And the more aware we are, the more we're actually in harmony with these these passages of these celestial events, the more we can harness that energy consciously. So let's harness the energies of the right balance and return to center in our relationships, to weave a dream where we are co-creating at a higher octave together. Because this particular eclipse portal is about really healing our relationships. It's between the eclipse we had last, I think, fall, November or something. I should get more specific with the date. And this one that we just had, the lunar eclipse right before the equinox. So on April 8th, we have a solar eclipse, and these portals are powerful. So here is the invitation for us to come back to the center of our own mythic dream and to bring balance and harmony to our relationships as the dreamer, dreaming into that higher octave. And whenever I see this light loom as a web, I want to ask us, are we that spider moving nimbly on our web of our own creation? Or are we caught in the web of someone else's dreaming, creation, their reality movie direction? We want to be that sovereign, free spider moving effortlessly on our own web, not caught up in the projections, the stories, the need for validation or approval of someone else's movie direction. So this is our Weaver Dreamer collective reading. Blessed be. Let's ring the bowl to that. That was quite a download from the Weaver Dreamer. So if you resonated with that, or if you've been feeling the intensity of this eclipse portal in your own life in some way, I see some, yes, I'm resonating in the window, in the little windows. Thank you. If you've been riding this energy more consciously, you might be feeling how in our awakening journey, as we take more responsibility for our own experience, and we're less in that what we'd call victim stance in our relationships, the more powerful, the more meaningful, and the more magical our lives become. So that's also that spider. Yes, we're hearing most definitely intense energies. Yes, I'm feeling them too. Lots is up to really be within the Libra energy, the balance, like in our own lives. Like, are we coming back into balance with our energies, whether that's, whatever polarities might be playing out. There's a lot of us that are wanting to bring more divine feminine energy back into balance. And we talked about that in our equinox ceremony last week. It's like, how do we balance both our masculine and feminine and our spiritual and practical material worlds? Like all these ways to look at that Libra energy in this eclipse, and then bringing ourselves more into the center in our relationships. So yeah, being Libra with Aries in my chart makes it even more intense. I hear you. I've got that Aries moon going on. And it's definitely honed. What I've heard is that the shadow of Aries is that struggle, that fight, right? It's like rams battering and locking horns. And then when we step out of the ego level, out of that egoic fight and struggle in our relationships, we raise the frequency to the strength and that fortitude and that perseverance, that fiery energy to create that Aries brings. It's like the springtime energy, new possibilities, new life. And then the highest octave, which some people might call like a superpower of Aries, it's like this Jedi consciousness and the word honor. It's like a very high frequency word, a siddhi, honor, to live a life of true honor is what Aries is inviting us to embody. So fun. I would love, oh, thank you so much, Kim. If you missed the spring equinox masterclass, you can still catch the replay. Kim popped that in the chat here. And, she can pop it into the Facebook Live and the YouTube Live as well. This is a powerful ritual that even though the equinox portal, we're coming now towards, a week out of that, it's still ripe. It's still, the energies are ripe to work with. So it's a powerful ritual of embodiment, guided practices with lots of tools to use for any time of year. And it was especially potent in this equinox portal. All right, for those who are new, I want to take a moment to orient you. If you've not yet been here or not received a reading, you can scroll down to the bar at the bottom of your Zoom and hit the reactions icon, little arrow up, and raise your hand. And my joy is to meet people that haven't had a reading before, and to give others who have come regularly and haven't had one for a long time a reading as well. I think that it's really wonderful to share this space. And if you haven't received a reading, I'd love to feel you, to meet you. So go ahead if you would like a reading, and remember that your medicine will be medicine for others. Even if the card isn't chosen specifically for you, or you're catching this as a replay, you can use the archetypal wisdom. And my friend and initiate, an apprentice actually, Alexis, says, I use each reading as a certain area of my life. Each card represents, like, one will be my romantic relationship, one will be my career, one will be my self-care, one will be with my family, like how to apply this. You can really play with the archetypal wisdom for you. That's the power of archetypes. All right, so Simone, we haven't done a reading for a while. Would you like to come on the camera for a moment with me? I'd love to. I'm trying to find you. There you are.
Yeah.
Hi. Hi. Oops. No, we're going to add you. Here we go. Hi. Good to see you all the way from Germany. Yes. Thanks for staying up late for this. It's fun. Are you a night owl? I'm a bit of a night owl. I stay up kind of late.
Not really. It's 8 p.m. around. So we are starting with summertime. It's this weekend. And that's an hour more. So it's 9 p.m. It depends where you are in US, what the time difference is. So it is workable. It's not that late.
All right. Well, it's good to see you again. And I'm shuffling the cards for you. So this is a time for you just to come and feel your precious heart and intend to receive and open your listening for the divine feminine guidance. All right, I'm gonna, you know what I do. I pop you out so you can see it bigger, and then I'll bring you back. All right. So you have your audio still on, right?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so you're gonna let me know when you're ready. Here we go. Tell me when.
Oh.
This one kind of hiding, or the one? Okay.
That one hiding.
Woohoo! All right. You got another tool. This is another powerful tool. Look at that. Look at all that energy. Wow. That is the sacred tool of the primal goddess. Catalyze, and it's lightening. And it's also that crackle of Shakti fire that moves through your body. This is the tool that catalyzes change, growth, and creativity. So I'm going to bring you back in with me so I can see you. So Simone, if this has come for you, primal goddess is always going to point to anywhere that we're needing to shake it up and to move energy and to come back into our instinctual nature especially in light of the other reading around ways of being in the world or in relationship where we might have dampened down our inner fire. If there's any part of you that's been playing safe, if there's any part of you that's been kind of dimming your light, she's like roaring for you to catalyze that movement again, that Shakti, that's your instinct, your freedom, and your passion. So you can really feel this powerful fire starter. It's like lightning is so mysterious. It seems to come out of nowhere and spark, and all of this ions happen that create oxygen, and the whole air separates and then claps back together with thunder. So it's not worried about making noise. It's not worried about its impact. It's going to be authentically expressed in you. So this is the energy that's asking you to catalyze growth, movement, change through the freedom of your Shakti fire, your powerful expression. Yeah. How is that feeling in your body when you hear it? Can you feel the parts that are like, I'm ready, and other parts that are like, what's that going to look like? Because one of the big fears is if we're too free, if we're too powerful, we're too wild, we're going to hurt someone. This is a big collective fear in the feminine, especially. If I really am uninhibited, if I really roar, if I let myself be seen fully, who's going to get upset? So the primal goddess is like, this is your time to live your own sacred life, live your own precious life, and feel your aliveness again.
It's not fear. It's honestly because so much was suppressed for a very long time, and I've been looking into who I really. It's more like, wow, how does it look like when it's really what really is me? Because I've been through a lot of change and deconditioning, and it's when you think you've got it, it's like, oh no, that's more. It's like what exactly is authentically me? That's the question I have.
So primal goddess is saying, follow your sacral energy. Like this, what lights you up, what turns you on, what makes you want to go, yes, from the depth of your womb. That's how you know how to be authentically you. Feel for that, ask for that, follow your excitement, get turned on. Literally, it's like, yum, yes, I want that passion to rise again. And that's going to guide you. So I am excited to witness how you take this medicine, and others in the chat are going, ooh, yeah, love this card. Yay. So it's medicine for many here. And yeah, especially for you. So good to see you again. Much love. Let's ring the bowl for the primal goddess, for all of that catalytic medicine she just brought to the field and to many here. I love her, and she's definitely an ally, especially in the collective feminine, where we've been, like Simone said, there's so much deconditioning that's required. So many of us were like, sit down, be quiet, don't pleasure yourself, like just little boxes of shame, like around our bodies, around our expression since we were small children. Collectively, with our family units, with our epigenetics, we have a lot to shed, like a snake shedding its skin. Amy, would you like to come have a reading? I'd love to meet you. Can you unmute?
Hello. Yes, I just did. It's been a while since I made a live or an actual Zoom. I was watching it on YouTube. I was like, no, I prefer on Zoom.
Fantastic. I'm glad you could make it live.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Where are you beaming in from?
South Louisiana.
Wonderful. That's a place I've not yet experienced. I've been to New Orleans. Is that anywhere near Louisiana?
Yeah, I'm 2 hours from New Orleans, but this is different from New Orleans. This is like much calmer, better food.
All right, I'm shuffling the cards for you, and this is your time just to open your heart, prepare the listening. There's a beautiful, powerful expression in the Divine Feminine Mystery School training that I offer, and it says, "A goddess creates an entire world simply by listening." So our listening is super powerful. She is listening through us. She's our ears, our eyes, our hearts, our hands. She's asking us to open to her. I'm going to pop you off. Keep yourself unmuted so you can choose your card. And then I'll bring you back in. Okay, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Trying to spread them nice and wide. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Is it this one? This is where
The one before.
the one before.
Yeah.
This one.
Yes.
Oh boy, there's a bunch kind of stuck together. We're getting a lot of tools today, folks. It's like 3 in a row. Goddess is like, okay, this week, toolkit time. Here we go. This is the sacred tool of the light shield, Amy. Look how beautiful that is.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow. So this is the thing about the light shield. Look at all that light emanating codes out of all those symbols. It's not a tool of defense like a shield of armor that we know from ancient medieval times or something. This is more of like a medallion of emanation. This is a tool of projection of your frequency, and it's asking you to harmonize your energy, much like what we were speaking about with this eclipse portal, that balancing and harmonizing, to then emanate from that magnetic heart. I mentioned that too, that when we're present, I'm going to bring you back in so I can see you better. When we're present, we have such a high frequency. And, the mind wants to know, but how do I do it? Like, how do I stay there? The nature of the ego is it wants to try to like control things and project into the future, or it goes and it like trips out about the past. So it's really the heart's nature that brings us back to presence. And some of the ways to come back to the heart, to harmonize and emanate this energy of your own essence light, there's some very simple practices. One is literally just putting your hand on your heart and 3 deep breaths. It releases oxytocin. It grounds you back into the present moment, especially when we're contracted. If we're tripping out, if we're having a hard time, just coming back, down regulating the nervous system, bringing our awareness to our heart. And then what I'd like to invite you to imagine, and this is probably great medicine for others here too, is to design your light shield, meaning either literally to draw it or to take time in a creative visualization process to imagine, what would I put on my light shield? Oh, I love birds. Maybe I'll put that hummingbird. Oh, much about the heart and aliveness, whatever it is for you, to take the time to establish that place on the etheric and physically, if you're inspired, if you're an artistic person. I've painted light shields on drums. I've had them on my altar to really feel my symbols. So this is a powerful, magical practice for you to hone that special connection to the symbolic universe for you. And then when you're out of balance, when you're stressed, to come back to that, to remember that, take those 3 breaths and then emanate that before you. You see how that light's projecting out? It's like, let it precede you into that meeting or that event or that date or whatever's happening. Project your light shield first and step into that frequency of your power, of your essence, of your beauty. So this is a powerful tool for all who are resonating to use, the sacred tool of the light shield. How does that sound? You've been
That sounds really good. Really touching at the moment.
Yeah, and because she is from the archetype that's called the Lady of Communion, I'll say a little bit more about the frequency of where this tool comes in for us. The archetype of the Lady of Communion, the goddess most known is Artemis. And Artemis, she's a badass. She's like fast and strong and very independent. She's sovereign. That means that she doesn't need any other being to, she can run with the deer. She can shoot arrows further than any other god. She's really capable, really resourceful, really responsible. And this archetype is also asking us to find the balance between our masculine and our feminine. And sometimes that means, yes, you're capable, you're resourceful, you're strong, you're responsible. And that being said, are you still able to surrender and receive and lean in and be in that magical feminine flow? Find both, find the balance. Harmonize. Wonderful to meet you.
Thank you. You too.
Let's ring the bowl for the light shield. We had a light loom and a light shield. Yes, Simone is saying, my tool Catalyze just made me aware of how much energy and power there actually is in me, which I wasn't that aware of because it's been suppressed for so long. The fire and the lion and the woman I am. Witnessing you, Simone, really reclaiming and stating it so, really just presencing this is you. When you say, I'm like, who am I now? You feeling it, and we're witnessing you. So beautiful. Fun. So let's do another reading. I am going to, oh, wonderful. I'm going to choose Lara. Good to see you. Hi, love.
Hi, how are you doing?
I love your green. We were just talking about the green heart, and there's your heart behind you and the emerald green. So, my dear, this is your time to receive, just coming into that place in your heart that you're open and receptive and filling your chalice with the beauty and the wisdom of the goddess today. As I shuffle the cards for you, just breathing, feeling an area of your life, a pattern that you'd like some direction around, perhaps. All right. I'm going to leave you unmuted and get myself bigger so you can really see. Ready?
Yeah, ready, yeah.
Spread these out. Okay. Here we go.
Now.
All right. We got another tool. I'm loving this. All righty. Look at her. Look at her joy, her bliss, her ecstasy. Look at her allowing herself to expand. This is a sacred tool of the senses, beloved. This is all about the yum. This is Aphrodite herself. This is the goddess of love that's come for you. I'm going to bring you back in now that you've got a good look at the card. For everyone, she's like inside a papaya and her toes are in the water and there's like petals of flowers, but they're also like the bodies of cellos. It's like all like the hearing, the smelling, the feeling, the tasting, the yum of being embodied. And in the divine feminine, we awaken through our senses, not in spite of them. So it's very different than these old school religions and spiritual dogmas that are very patriarchal. I'm going to bring you back now, Lara. So, how about this? What an invitation to find your pleasure, to feel your aliveness through your body. So, as you walk in the springtime, stopping to smell the flowers, touching their velvety petals, as you caress an animal, feeling its soft fur, feeling that joy that it gives you to connect, feeling all the ways that your eyes can perceive beauty, a sunset, the colors of the clouds, all the ways that the divine is talking to you through your senses, filling your cup and helping you expand your frequency. This has been a major theme of this Oracle office hours. It is about when we are present and we have an expansive vibration, our hearts are open, then we become more as a co-creatrix, a being who is working with the field of intelligence, the heart's coherence. As you expand into that, everything on the outside seems to change. We can't change the outpicturing of our lives from the same contraction on the inside. It's like fiddling with the knobs, but the station's still staticky, right? And then when we open the channel and receive that divine resonance flow, then we open our senses and everything looks different on the outside. So it's really calling you back into all of those things you love and focusing on them, really allowing yourself to enjoy your life again. How's that resonating? What a gift.
It really resonates. Yeah, thank you, Eden. Thank you.
I'm so glad. I'm sure it resonated for many here who are taking in this medicine. If it resonated for you, pop it in the chat too. So good to be with you. I'm
Thank
so
you.
happy to get to see you today.
Thank you.
Much love. All right, let's ring the bowl for the goddess of love and the tool of the senses. Powerful. How about that? Was that 5 tools in a row? I think our last Oracle office hours, they were all goddesses. They were all like, we're here today. We're showing up. We're not, they're like, okay, now you need tools. Pamela, are you able to turn your camera on?
No, I'm on the phone.
Okay, usually there is a camera phone situation too, but
yeah, no, I'm called in. I'm dialed in.
Okay, good to hear your voice at least. Where are you calling in from?
Phoenix,
Arizona. Love that area. So Pamela, is this your first time?
I think it's the first time I've been on here. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Well, nice to meet you. Hopefully next time I'll get to see you and look eye to eye. Come back on your Zoom video next time. But for now, we'll pull a card for you, even though I can't see you. I'm shuffling the cards. And can you see me well?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay. Okay, are you ready to let me know when you want the card?
Sure.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, the next one after that. The one right in back of that.
That one up high?
No,
That one.
no. Keep going, keep going. Right, go straight up.
Yep.
Go straight up. Yeah, that one. That one.
This
That one that you just flipped. Yep.
Ah.
There you go.
The same card. How powerful
Oh
is
my
that?
gosh.
That's your medicine. Okay, let's pick one more to see what is something that is going to help you to receive that medicine of the expansion in the senses. Okay, here we go again. You tell me when.
I will tell you in just a second. I know which card it is, just waiting for you to get there.
Okay, I'm going.
Okay, right there. There you go.
Okay, I was
That
going kind
one.
of slow. All right, we finally got a sacred geometry, a frequency card. All right, this is going to help you open your senses and activate your senses. This is the card of transcend. It's a sacred geometry, it's a frequency. You'll see the Sri Yantra, this very powerful symbol behind the upward triangle. There's interlocking downward triangles and upward triangles. This is a card of the goddess of compassion. So we asked, how is Pamela going to open her senses and receive this expansion and embody this expansion? What came to you is there's something that's asking you to solve, which means dissolve, a coagula. That's the alchemical principle of this divine feminine archetype. Solve means to dissolve something, to bring it into a higher octave, to reform it in a new way. So she is Kuan Yin. She's Mother Mary. She is all the Taras. She's a frequency of extreme compassion for ourselves and others. And if there's a pattern in your life that's keeping you less than free, a pattern of lack of forgiveness, a pattern of hard-heartedness, a place where you're not bringing compassion to yourself, it's time to transcend that through dissolving it with love, with compassion, recognizing the cost that whatever that has been in your life, so that you can seed a new pattern of self-love, self-compassion, forgiveness, and that will be the freer, the radiance of release, the freer of stuck energy, so that you can expand through your senses without any dissonance in the channel. So for you, Pamela, to really take a moment and just put a hand on your heart and feel, what have you not yet forgiven in self or other? You don't have to say it out loud. It could be a very tender thing. If there's anything still in the way of this compassion, this is the key. This is what's asking to be dissolved right now. And I'm sure this is powerful medicine for others here. Transcend and rise like that upward triangle into that next octave, so that we can expand in our pleasure, in our beauty, in our grace together. Does that resonate, Pamela, for you in some way? You can muse on that.
I will spend some time on that. It's not, nothing is particularly coming up right now, because forgiveness is something that I do often, and that includes self-forgiveness and all of that. But if it's being presented, there's clearly something, so I will spend some time on that. Thank you.
Well, yeah, as we know, it's a never-ending journey of refining, like subtler layers of, oh, this piece that is actually still in my way of seeing everything in alignment with divine outpicturing, whatever might still be veiling our eyes from seeing all as divine, all as beauty, all as love. You know, it's this wonderful, never-ending journey of raising our frequency. And true compassion is like the violet ray. It's the highest frequency there is. So all of us can use that medicine to hang out there, to raise our frequency and transcend whatever density, whatever dissonance, whatever is still in the way of loving everything, accepting and forgiving. Because the opposite only hurts our own being. And
Absolutely.
blessed be. Let's ring the bowl to the transcend.
Thank you.
So you're so welcome. Thank you, Pamela. So I wanted to share again about a wonderful opportunity to join me and Charlotte Sophia, who is with me in our beautiful spring equinox ceremony. We are going to be offering another really fun, free ceremonial portal called She Rises. And Kim just popped She Rises in the chat. So you can find the link for that. It's edenamadora.com/she-rises-waitlist. So get on the waitlist to be sent the Zoom link to She Rises. And we'll pop that in the YouTube replay and the Facebook Live replay as well. So you can be with us and go a little bit deeper into the magic, into the mystery of this divine feminine energy that is rising up. I got so inspired yesterday. I started to download a new song about this energy of She Rises. She rises in you. She rises in me. She rises like a flame. She rises like the sea. She rises in love. She rises in ecstasy. Will you allow her to set you free? She rises. She rises. I'll share it very soon as a real song that's got like a honed melody, but those are some of the frequencies of that invitation. Sylvia, would you like to come? I think you're the last being that can get a reading today. Yes. Yay. Come on over. How are you?
There we go.
Hi.
I'm struggling with conflict between honor and passion, actually.
Oh, I'm glad that you brought that back up, because that's that Aries evolutionary arc we talked about. Yeah, the conflict that is asking us to find the middle point, even, which is this inner strength and the resolve within, the perseverance to do the deeper work that changes everything on the outside. And then that honor of the self that projects and sees the other through the lens of honor. And it's deep, deep medicine, really deep medicine. Let's see if a card will help give some more guidance around that for you in your life. I'm glad you spoke it so clearly. All right, love, I'm going to pop you off to do the spread and bring you right back in.
Do you go from the left side when you're, or the other?
Yeah, we'll switch it up, even though it catches. The reason I go the other way is because when I go this way, it's like hitting the edges. So I'll go really slow and carefully. Okay? Ready? All right. You tell me when.
Now.
Woo! All right. We got another tool. Besides that transcend frequency card, it has been a whole Oracle office hours of tools. This is a sacred tool of the peacock feather, the tool of transmutation. It says transmute. This is a tool of the alchemical goddess. This is the rainbow body. This is changing woman, butterfly woman who emerges from the chrysalis. And you can see it's not only the peacock feather, but this mystical bird, the firebird, the phoenix that rises from its own ashes again and again. For in the divine feminine, there's no death. There's only cycles of change and rebirth. So Sylvia, whatever this conflict is, whatever you're dealing with, it is asking for this letting go to be then reborn from the ashes anew as a whole new outlook, a whole higher octave of vision, the phoenix rising from the ashes. And then, of course, we've talked about the peacock because all the cards, all the beautiful cards have the peacock feathers. So the peacock is able to transmute poison and turn it into beauty. So this tool and these symbols for you are really asking you to meditate on that. What you have previously seen as poison, as an attack, as an injury, as harm, as injustice, as something that is unacceptable. And this is not about becoming like codependent or accepting things are out of alignment. It's just not eating the poison anymore and wishing the other would die, right? It's transmuting the poison into the beauty of your own best life, your own freedom, your own presence, where whatever happened doesn't get as much airtime in your contemplation anymore. Instead, you're playing your flute, you're walking in nature, you're singing your heart song, you're creating, you're taking care of your body, you're living in alignment with this beauty. The peacock feathers represent such deep beauty. So I'm going to bring you back in. Yeah, this is a powerful card. And oh, I can see you've got the butterfly and the flames behind you. Yeah, you're in it. You're in that phoenix rising right there, that butterfly woman, and taking this medicine in very deeply. And I'm sure it was medicine for more than just you here, for those who have been dealing with challenging relationships, especially. So, my dear, is there something you would like to share? I'm seeing you have your origami. Oh,
Yeah, I'm folding a butterfly as you're talking.
oh, that's lovely. So this is
And that's, I've utilized those various energies and tools as best I can, and my practical circumstances make it very challenging. I don't drive. I don't leave the house where I am very much.
so
And so
for you, you're
not,
just let me express one thing about your creativity, because I have seen you offer so much beauty in these calls and on the awakening world. So even if you can't physically drive, you can create and you can be in a high frequency. Yeah, you are such a creative being.
it's the incoming of that beauty and creativity for, as you put it, I don't think of it, a way to manifest thriving for all, including myself. I'm not currently thriving, and I don't know how to be part of helping that happen.
Well, we're holding you and finding your joy and following your creative love and opening to that possibility that is there for all of us to find our sacred offering. And as the alchemical goddess is asking you to transmute, look at that beauty. Look at that. If you hold it right in front of your body, we can see it. It's disappearing a little bit.
Yeah, I can take the background down and you'll see it in a minute.
Thank you, Sylvia, for your offering. Let me see if I can. Yeah, beautiful. We can see it. Thank you. So let's ring the bowl for all of us who are being asked to transmute. And yeah, beautiful, honey. Thank you. Good to see you. And for all of us who think like, but like the mind is like, if only I could change this, then I could be in a frequency of honor, in a frequency of beauty. And really, it's asking for the opposite, that we live in a frequency of honor, that we live in a frequency of beauty. And no matter the current external circumstances, that we bring that frequency. There's so much pain, so much suffering in this world. And we're being invited to be the lamp lifters, be the way showers through our open hearts, through our presence. That's the medicine. So to the transmutation in grace, blessed be. Thank you so much, everyone. This has been such a fun Oracle Office Hours. I'm kind of blown away by how many tools we've been given. And for those who are receiving the replay, feel which tools might serve which parts of your life, because there's a lot here. It's a cornucopia of gifts from the goddess. It's always such a joy to see you. Thank you all. I bow to you. I send you this light shield where our light shields can emanate together here, and hope to see you soon. And for those of you who are interested in the She Rises, remember to sign up. Maybe pop that one more time in the chat, Kim, or you can scroll up. I think it's just a little bit above. Yeah, we have some lovely comments there for you to read too. This is what Simone says. It's not that circumstances have to be different for us to shine our light. Shine the light no matter the circumstance. Aho, blessed be. Ding to that. All right, we lift it to the one heart for all beings. Until the next time, only love. Bye for now, everyone. Bye. So much love.